It's the OG fact checker, here to give you a juicy tidbit of history that's verified. This will be my last episode celebrating Native American heritage and Alaskan Native Month. By now, you've learned about the Navajo Code Talkers and the Sooner Squadron and their contributions to World War II. But I'm hoping you've also noticed the differences between the American tribes I've covered, specifically the differences between the tribes who resisted colonial rule and assimilation and those who didn't. I wish I had learned about these tribes in high school or college because their stories are one of migration, settlement, adaptation, and survival using surrounding resources, and anyone can relate to these stories. Their humility and humanity are inspiring. I can't take responsibility for not learning about them in high school, but I can take responsibility for not doing so in college with my electives. Whenever I discover a juicy tidbit of history, I feel inadequate because as a citizen of the United States, I should know these things about our country. One of the things that I feel I should know is how Alaska was admitted into the Union and more about its indigenous peoples. Before writing this episode, I didn't know the particulars of how the U.S. bought Alaska, and I knew absolutely nothing about these ethnic groups and how long they've existed. But I did know about their contribution to World War II through my research for other episodes, so I tabled this topic knowing I would write about them for November. You must be thinking, wait, how did a bunch of people so far north participate in a war that took place in Europe and the Pacific Islands? Well, the war wasn't just in those regions. Japan was hell-bent on dominating the Pacific, and after they struck Pearl Harbor, they got cocky and decided to attack the Aleutian Islands located near Alaska. That's when President Roosevelt tapped another existing resource, the native communities in Alaska. About 6,300 men and women from ages 12 to 80 from the Tlingit, the Aleut, Tsimshian, Haida, and Athabascan communities, as well as the Yupik and Inupiaq people, volunteered. Like any military member, they were sworn in but not paid a dime to be part of the newly and hastily formed Alaska Territorial Guard, or ATG, to safeguard villages and transportation routes for supplies. They were called Eskimo scouts by the military, but this colonial term is no longer welcome, which is why the title of this episode is Don't Call Them Eskimos. That's offensive.